Good morning, India. Welcome to our Glory Globe TV. Here's the breaking news. Yes, Duncan and Wright never imagined he had get death threats over a plan to reduce grinding city traffic. But it is exactly what happened to the local politician in the UK who found himself deluged with abusive messages on social media and by email over his involvement in a proposed traffic filtering trial run in the city of Oxford. The plan, designed to reduce the use of snarled up city roads during peak traffic times, would require residents to get permits to drive through the filters enforced by cameras on six key roads. The acquisition flank and right were wild and varied, and mostly from people with no connection to Oxford, he said. Many were from outside the UK. They claimed he wanted to confine people to their neighborhoods and accused him of being part of a malignant international plot to control people's movement in the name of climate action. It was quite alarming, and I told to CNN I have not really had anything like that before in my many years in local government. And Wright had been swept into a conspiracy theory, first gaining pace around the world, which has rebranded plans to cut traffic, reduce air pollution, and increase walking and cycling in cities as climate lockdowns. Oxford has become a flashpoint in part because its traffic filtering plan has been conflated with a separate proposal in the city to create 15-minute cities, the main focus of the conspiracy theorist array. Type 15-minute cities into social media and be prepared for a barrage of claims. The idea will user in dystopia people will be fined for leaving their district, or it is urban incarceration. The concept, however, is pretty simple. Everything you need should be within a roughly 15-minute walk or cycle from your home, from healthcare and education to grocery stores and green spaces. The aim is to make cities more livable and connected, with less private car use, meaning clear air, greener streets, and lower levels of planet heating pollution. Around a fifth of the world's human caused planet warming pollution comes from transportation, and passenger cars make up more than 40% of this. Carlos Monro, a professor at the Sorbonne University in France, is credited with first coining the term 15-minute cities, but the road concept is not new. This idea takes inspiration from many urbanists, starting from Jane Jacobs, who in the last decades have been advocating for compact, lively, and therefore more walkable urban environments. Alicia Calfour, lecturer in urban data science and sustainability at the University of Edinburgh. It has gained traction internationally. In Paris, Mayor Anne Hidalgo based for 2020 re-election campaign in part on a plan to create 15-minute city. The city has banned cars from parts of the Seine, added hundreds of miles of cycling routes, and created mini parks. Ottawa has proposed 15-minute neighborhoods. Melbourne in Australia plans to adapt 20-minute neighborhoods, and Barcelona in Spain has been implementing a car-free super block strategy. Even some US cities have taken up the idea. Portland introduced 20-minute neighborhoods more than a decade ago, while O'Fallon, Illinois recently published a strategy to grow from a typical suburban community to a community with everything you need within 15 minutes. Pandemic lockdowns helped boost the popularity of the concept as people confined to their neighborhoods were forced to re-evaluate their local area. We have become more aware of how important living in well-served areas, Calafort said. Yet now the mention of 15-minute city online will bring a slew of angry commentators. That planning has become the conspiracy theory of 2023. We had and who had made thought, asked Alex Norris, a lecturer in geography and planning at the University of Liverpool, who was deluged with messages after his recent article about 15-minute city in the conversation. My inbox died, he told. So how did this fairly Mundane strategy becomes a flashpoint for a sprawling climate-related conspiracy theory. For years, certain actors within the fossil fuel industries have been trying to whip up anger about climate action by rebranding it is climate tyranny, said Jenny King, head of climate research and policy at the Institute of Strategic Dialogue, a think tank focused on disinformation and extremism. Pre 2020, however, they struggled to get traction, she told to the CNN. A series of media articles arguing we should rebuild a post COVID world that could maintain the drops in planet warming pollution were seized upon to turbocharge a narrative claiming governments waited to limit freedoms in the name of climate action. The World Economic Forum's Great Reset initiative, built as an effort to tackle inequality and climate crisis post-pandemic, fanned the flame. The term climate lockdown started swirling around, pushed by right-wing think tanks and climate skeptic media figures. From there, it filtered down to more extreme conspiracy communities, King said, including QAnon affiliated groups and anti-vaccine groups. Fox News took up along with high-profile climate deniers. Ordinary people were swept along too. The pandemic left millions with genuine trauma and real concern about government overreach, King said, and that has been weaponized by a vast ecosystem of bad actors. Behind the report, Glory Globe TV India.